Hello, everybody. Hey, as we're getting started here, just first, real quick question. How is audio? Audio is good. Awesome. Hello. Well, I see y'all are doing a little hype train already. Technically, it's very early. Though some of you might argue it's very late because the original time was almost an hour ago, so I will accept that. It is Frosty. Hello. Look, it's Juicy Fruit and Lynx, Glaceon. Who else we got? We got Panther Gal in here, Lamenti Fresh, Storm, of course, VT, Huntress, Glaceon, Iron Lord, good old Froggy, Mosadie. Got that nice sick little founder's badge. Oh, that's nice. We like that. What else we got? Who else is in here with us right now? Kedu, Epic Realms. Of course, Bronco Mama dropped 1,000 bits just as like a hello. Okay. Well, thank you. Who else? Angel Everlight, My Star's here. Oh my goodness, yes. Highfire. What's up, everybody? Speckle. Oh my gosh. Missed a lot of people. Hello. Back in the present now. Who else we got? Sarah is here. Very cool, very cool. Peachy is here with that partner badge, looking fresh. Kesh Kedu, hello, hello. Welcome. Hellion TV, Oh Susanna. The two of you are going to be, you're going to have a little moment, a little brief moment in the spotlight here in a little bit. So I'm glad that you're both here live. And who else we got? Madam Wolfstar, hello. I see you just followed recently. Glad to have you. Welcome in. Yeah, Huntress said it perfectly. Welcome in, everyone. We're seeing some first-time chats, which is really, really cool. Kevin and Earth. Oh, look, it's Kayet. Hey, it's Kayet. We've got another cat lady. Oh, my goodness. Jimly the Thick. Inogintoki. I'm probably going to butcher some of your names at some point, so I've just accepted that already. It'll just become canon. If I say your name wrong, that just is your name when you're here. That's the trade. QB Doom. Okay, cool. A lot of people rolling in here today. Hello, everybody. Got about 5 minutes, and then we'll get moving. Today is fun, because unlike the previous dev streams up till now, today I get to actually show some live demo stuff, which is fun. Now, to temper expectations, it's more of a systems demo. You're not going to see a version of, like, a fully working game I'm demoing or anything like that. Okay, let's be clear. But I just want to show some of the systems we've got in place that I think will start to open up some excitement and some ideas on what else is coming, because there are some things we're keeping secret still too. There is in particular one thing Huntress has done incredible work with. It's hard to even put into words. Like really, really skilled stuff. It's like Huntress's alley. Apparently it was like her thesis, this exact topic that we're on. But so far in the past, I think 2 streams, definitely the last one, maybe the one before that, but definitely the last one, and now today, this work has been done. It's ongoing, it's there behind the scenes, and we won't be showing a single lick of it today yet. Not until it's ready, but once we do, I shouldn't even say once it's ready, because it really mostly is. The work that Huntress has done, ready. Pretty much ready to go. It just needs to be integrated with some other stuff, and so we wanted to wait until we can do that right before we show you. That's all. So. Looking forward to next playtest, says Highfire. Yes, I know it's a very common sentiment. I am as well. Yeah, we'll get into that. We'll talk about that. Just a heads up too. We have a better shape of like what's being done, what's getting, you know, changed on the roadmap, or I should say like crossed off. I mean, not like changed in content, just like what's updated today about the roadmap. Some stuff like that. I don't have a date yet for a playtest, but you can get an idea and see the shape of how much, you know, like how closer we're getting to being at a point that we can give you a date. And a lot of us are super excited about that. Yeah, Huntress, exactly. Thank you for reiterating that. Mall Cop Man is here. I'll give you a date. Cool. We're about ready to get started. Yeah, just about 3 more minutes. Gonna give a little bit of time to trickle in, especially because I had to bump this back in 2 half-hour chunks. It was my fault, everybody, just to be clear, like 100%. But I'm here now. Also, I think I didn't change the title, so before we get moving, let me do that real fast. We'll just call we're keeping it easy right now. We just have numbered streams. We just changed that to a number 6. That's an easy update. DJ BJ Productions just followed. Thanks, DJ BJ. We've got Carl. Hello, Bluesy is here. Anybody else I think I've missed? I don't think so. I think we're good. I think that's most of the people who have talked in chat. If you have talked in chat and I didn't say your name, I'm not ignoring you. I just literally didn't see it. That's all I promise. Quartz Cavern and Rockstar for real. Oh, that's a good point, Huntress. Yeah, we should say that more often, more explicitly. Yeah, by all means, restream and like go over it too if you want. And as Huntress said, that's a good point. Just only thing is, make sure it doesn't seem like you are, you know, the official broadcast or something. That'll just cause some confusion. Okay, we're just about 1 minute away. So we're giving our last chance for everyone to roll in. Kick it off. Got a couple of kind of static slides to go over, some fun community stuff, and then after that, it'll be pretty quickly. We'll be jumping into the systems demo we can show you today. Which, of course, that's the fun part. That's the part I'm excited about. There's a lot to do, but we get to show you the progress. We're at a stage now, everyone, that like we're putting a lot of like systems and fundamental stuff in place. A lot of it is really boring, and nothing you can really show in a demo or in a live stream at all, but it's really important. While that's still true, we're getting now to the point where some more of this stuff is taking shape, and we have some things to show to let you guys know what kind of systems are in place, to show you like the direction of the game, and also to tease you and get your minds wondering a little bit about, wait a minute, why are we doing that? Because that doesn't quite make sense unless there's more stuff to come in the future that would make use of that. So why do we have that? It's exactly the kind of thoughts that we want you to have. Okay. As we get moving here in our last few seconds, I will reiterate Huntress's point as well. Yes, we definitely are excited to get it out, but this is one of those games that, like, if we do it well and do it right, when it's out, it can be kind of a really, really, really long lifespan, right? So we got to do it right. And then once it's out, it can just be out for a long time. That's the hope. Okay, here we are. Well, it is officially 2 o'clock Central, my time, whatever clock it is where you are. Hello, everybody, and welcome in. We are now officially starting. For those who are just popping in, hello, thanks for being here. We got some stuff to go over, a couple of slides, and then a lot of today will actually be a fun live systems demo, and then as always, Q&A after, any kind of follow-up that we want to do. Enjoy ourselves in this nice Sunday afternoon, or again, whatever o'clock it is, wherever you are. So, one fun thing before we get into that systems demo I've talked about like 10 times now is some fun community activity, which I appreciate, especially at a time like this when we know there's a lot of like radio silence. It takes some time. There's only a few of us. None of us can really give complete full-time effort on it, but we love it. We want to see it go forward. Just taking longer. Just the reality of it. I think everybody understands that. But despite that, seeing community activity still going on in the Discord is really, really cool. So today we're going to show a fun coloring page along with the submissions that we've seen so far of it actually being colored in. So yet again, Lamenti Fresh has strucketh and created that fun coloring page. Thank you again, Lamenti. And we had 3 submissions. If there's more, correct me, but these are the ones that I knew about. And from left to right, these should be Hellion TV, Asboat, and Oh Susanna. So if we can get some shout outs for them in chat. I wasn't able to reconcile, I think, one of them with a Twitch name, so I wasn't able to get like their little profile image up there with their name like I have for Lamenti. I wanted to do that just for the record. Just couldn't quite do it, obviously. There's some other stuff going on too, so I didn't have a lot of time. So I'm gonna shout them out in chat so we know who that is. There's Hellion TV talking in chat right now. We just shouted out Lamenti Fresh, so definitely give them a follow. And it looks like this account wasn't. Oops. We'll go ahead and do that. Don't tell anybody else. Flavortopia is now following. I do like how the cat is peering over like the frame of the comic. I'm all for like a good, cute fourth wall break like that. That's good. I really appreciated that. And those were really fun. And like, I like the 3 different coloring or colored submissions of that page. Like they're all a little different. They really did take kind of their own angle on it, and they all make sense. They're just cool and they're unique, which is going to be, actually that wasn't planned, but that's very thematic for what we'll be mostly talking about today. It's a lot of self-expression you can see. Yeah, they look really good. Like, those are awesome. So thank y'all again. This was, again, Hellion TV on the left, Asboat in the middle, and Oh Susanna on the right. I know Hellion and Oh Susanna are actually here in chat right now. I saw them earlier at least. Don't know about Asboat, but very cool. And yes, there's a little sunflower in there. Okay, ad break. Thank you. Sarah, good call out. Thank you. So we're going to chill for a sec here before we move on to the next section, obviously. Better to get that out of the way now, then we can go enjoy the fun stuff. This is a nice, actually a really good spot for us to pause for a moment during an ad break. Wildcard 9, playing it smart, acquiescing to Bezos and paying for that turbo. I do it too. That's not a judgment. And just colored it in Affinity and added a few touches. Well, it looks really nice on me. I really do like it. I do like the contrast of the really distinct background in the bottom frame being yellow like that. Like, it makes sense. It doesn't look out of place. But then it makes you get a really clear cut over that frame across that diagonal line. It's really cool. But then I really like I'm assuming it was actually paper colored on the right with Oh Susanna. That's got a nice, like, just authentic kind of nice feel to it. As well, was really cool. I really liked the Lampaka Mellow, like using that kind of nice big open canvas of that big fluffy body and doing some more fun stuff with it. So that was really cool. Light from the grindings effect in the background. Ooh, that makes, yeah, that's probably why in the back of my head it made a lot of sense. Because there, yeah, like you can definitely see what's going on. The sparks flying out are really cool. That's really awesome, y'all. Thanks for doing that. For Lamenti for making it. Y'all taking the time to color it and submit it. We do love that. Like, this is a social game that we're working on. Obviously, it's like based on Twitch and live streaming types of communities and interactions. So this ability to just like have those moments where you have self-expression. Each person can clearly show up with their own style on it, but also submit them together and just have some fun. I don't know. It's really cool. It makes the game feel extra special. I think we're good with ads now. So we are back. Perfect timing. So that's pretty much it for. I'm about to jump right into the demo. There's not a whole lot more that I would really need to mention that I can think of in the moment. But before I do that, the other team members, if they know of anything, if they can think of anything that maybe I need to mention first, I need just like update. Sarah, the one that you've mentioned to me, will come up after we've gone through the demo, of course. But if there's anything else from anybody else, my camera does follow my face. I try to turn it off. I don't think I'm getting a yes from anybody. Real quick, if I do this, it has like a command where you're supposed to put your hand up, and of course it doesn't work like reliably, so I can't even stop it. Well, I guess y'all are just gonna move with me when I move. When I move, you move. Just like that. Okay, so I think that's it. I gave enough time for everyone else to pop in, give a chance to let me know if I'm missing something. It's not OBS cam, it's actually physically, it's like on a rotating gimbal on the actual webcam. Anyways, okay, cool. So, on that note, if I haven't completely messed everything up, I should be able to show y'all. So, here we go. It'd be fun if it wasn't off center. Yeah, I know, right? Okay, yeah, track me, but from here. That's fine. Okay, whatever. I'm off center. I'm pointing that way, I guess. I could try to move my body, but then it moves with me. I just can't win. Oh my god. Hello? Nirak, excuse you? Okay, sorry. Anyways. To clarify, what you're about to see, everybody, is a systems demo. And what I mean by that is the exact UI, the exact layout is not like locked in by any stretch of the imagination. Lots of work to be done there. What you're seeing is not meant to be like an example of the game or a vertical slice of the game or anything like that. It's meant to be like, hey, underneath, you know, here's all the fun stuff we can show that's visual and interesting. Underneath that, there's a lot of work that we have to do. We're showing what's possible, what we are capable of, and not like as a team, but I mean, what we're capable of doing as a collective player base, like with the kinds of systems. So we're gonna just give like little winks at that and show that. those of you who were here last time, I did tease how custom player characters are actually going to be a thing where you can customize and edit it yourself. That'll be a big focus of what I'm about to show you, is actually going through that process. And then along with something else that's a little subtle, it's probably not going to jump out of the page immediately, but then when you realize, wait a minute, if they're able to do that, then does that mean, huh? Which we won't be answering for you today, but we'll let you wonder. So let us begin. If I press the right button and I set it up the right way. Yeah. Okay. Sick. So again, this is live systems demo. Big text on screen is serious. I'm gonna have to say that like 10 times because I just don't want anyone to walk away from this being like, huh, that's what the game's gonna be like to play. Like, obviously not. We're just doing it slightly thematically to also show like, hey, we can do things like render text differently as we need to. We can we have like usable buttons. It's an interactive thing that works, but these are all really like base components used in various ways. They're not by any means like a game demo. So now that I've said that like 3 times, y'all know, and those who don't, well, no excuse. So as you can see, this hooked up to actually sign in. So on this account you're looking at here, I will be signing in. This will be the Play Riftopia account, the one that I'm actually here. So I'm going to sign in. Success. I can close this tab now. I will do so, and I'm in. Okay. So this is where we can showcase a little bit of the possibilities of the character customization. So obviously we can change the exact UI. There's still some work there. Maybe there's a better way to display it, but we can show you the functional case of us actually editing our character now. So as you can see, first off, we can choose the base skin. We have more of a like typically masculine skin, more of a feminine skin. We have a lot more that are in the works, and this is where I get to plug for Sarah. So before I go on and continue showing this, I just want to point something out. Let's give Sarah a shout out in chat. Everybody, if you get a second, make sure to follow her. She's the one responsible for all of this amazing pixel art. Like all the characters, all the bugs, everything. I think the only thing you're looking at now that isn't explicitly Sarah's, to be clear, is the tome. That was like an asset that we have, but like all the character stuff, right? Pure Sarah. Please go follow her. When she streams, she will be streaming and taking submissions from the community for different kinds of base skins, different kinds of body types, races, that kind of thing. So there's a few in the works. I'll let Sarah mention if you want to share a couple like that you've talked about, we've talked about. I don't want to say it if you don't want to mention it out loud yet, but if you're okay with that, go ahead and mention it and I'll echo that. We have some ideas already in mind, because obviously just a human form isn't the only thing that is going to exist in Riftopia. It's what we have for this demo, but once we show this works, adding new like skins to that or new options to that is relatively trivial. So you could imagine how quickly we can do all kinds of cool stuff. Playable species podcast. That's a good point. That's a good point. That might have to be like a legendary drop or something though, I mean, that'd be special. I'm just checking really quick in chat if Sarah mentioned, if I can mention the one that she's brought up already or not. Let me see. I don't think so. Okay. All good there. So let's go about this real quick. And what I thought would be fun for this is if we as a community kind of just painted what the character that Play Riftopia will look like. So let me jump over real fast. And what do we think in chat for eyes? Do we give these beautiful, beautiful lashes, or do we want just good old solid go-to pixel art eyes? What are we thinking? Big eyes, says Apricity. Okay, we got one for big eyes. Yes, Huntress is also making a very good point, and I think I'll be able to even highlight that a little more later. Do we set up polls? Ooh, you know what? That's probably smart. Let's do it that way. Let's, as a community, let's actually build this right now with a poll. I think most of our options we can fit in like 4 realistically. There's only a couple that'll be more. So yeah, let's do that. Let's go ahead and vote now. Let's start a poll. Eyes 1 or eyes 2. So eyes 1 is actually our current, but I can show it here too. So eyes 1 or eyes 2. Do we want big ones? Do we want regular ones? Your call there. Once we get a poll going, then we'll lock that in. In the meantime, because this can vary a lot more, we won't do a poll for the color. That we'll just hear in chat. So I heard Ben mention purple eyes. Okay, we can do purple. Any other objections or thoughts on what color eyes we do? Let me actually just show you guys real quick too. So while we're setting that up, or actually while we're getting the poll running right now, I'm going to say that the color adaptability is really, really cool. So the way it works is on that base that you're looking at, you're going to see distinct colors, and eyes are an easy example. There's only two, right? You have the whites of the eyes and then the default just black eyes. So these, what you see here are how you can map any of the base colors to whatever you want. So you have a lot of freeform control on how to set this up. So Rose says 1 purple, 1 blue. In this case, we actually can't do them separate. Don't worry about that for now. That's an easy thing we could add later. For now, it'll have to be all one or the other, but we've got purple. Purple sounds nice. Purple. Everyone says purple. 1 purple, 1 blue. Let's go with purple. Let's try to get a rough, decent, a little bit deeper purple. About there looks good. Maybe something like that. And as you can see, it'll update in real time right here. If I go back, we can kind of see the full thing now. Now we have our purple eyes. Eyes 2 was the victor, so let me change that as well. And there's eyes 2. So now you can see. We can see this is what we look like all together right now. We got eyes 2 with purple. Beautiful. Okay. Let's go to hair. We will have hair 5, which is this shorter hair here. We have hair 1, hair 2, hair 3, hair 4. Looks like the eyes have it. They do. So we got I think eyes 2 had enough. Yeah, there was enough of a lead there that if anybody missed it, I don't think that, I think 1 or 2 adding theirs wouldn't have changed it. So pull for hair. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We can do more than 4 pull options now? When did that happen? Was it always more? Was it always 5? Anyways, that's perfect. Pull. So let me go through them again. So we have hair 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, sorry, for this one, it'd be nice if right in within here, we could change the angle to see the sides and back. Didn't have time for that for the demo. Totally possible to do, but just can't do that right now. So you'll see. Looks like 2 and 3 are the viable candidates. Let's see, 3 and 2, 3 and 2, 3. I'll go with 3. Oh, okay. I think I was just a tiebreaker. Whoops. Rigged. 7, 8. I think we are locking it in at 3, but it could change in the last few seconds. It's not decided yet. We've got hair 3. I think that's going to be it. So while that's going in chat, what about color? I'm thinking, I don't know. I actually don't know for hair for Play Riftopia. Maybe like the easy one would be kind of golden. So you got like the purple eyes and like the golden hair to kind of match the logo a little bit, but maybe that's going too cheap and too easy. Huntress green. Okay, so we've got golden. Well, golden VT might be a little biased towards that color. Call me crazy. I don't know why. I would assume that. You have green. I'm biased towards. You know what? I don't. We could try green. We got blonde, golden, green. Apricity says golden. All right, that's golden. It is. Now this one's more an interesting one. I like this one, right? Because now, as you know, most of these are an outlined style, so you always have the outline you could play with. Probably the least likely one that you would change unless you're going for a specific effect. But here, even in the hair, we can actually see we have gray, which is like the undertones, or kind of like the shaded area. So if we just change this to, let's see, we said golden, something like this, and I just I'll pick roughly in this color family here. And by the way, if you use like Mac or you use Linux or anything like that, if you use color pickers before on websites, yours will look like that. This is just whatever your browser naturally does, by the way. So the actual, you might have ones you're more used to than what you're seeing me use here. Let me just actually lighten up the top a little bit more. Okay, and then we'll take that gray and we'll change that down now to more of like roughly the same, but a little darker. So we have a little, there, nice little decent little undertone. How about that? That looks nice, right? Okay, it's coming together. It's coming together. Pile yellow hair, lovely. Yeah, well, you know, my eye for color, I'm sure, leaves much to be desired. The great thing is, look how easily we can change it, right? That's the fun part. Okay, hat. We have 2 hats. We have the cap. I might be a little biased towards that one. And then we have the headband. So cap and headband, cap and headband. OBS did not capture the pop-up color picker. Good point. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, so you aren't seeing me pick the color. That's fine, because it'll be a little different for each browser. If you've used one before, it's the same one here. Okay, so hat 1 or hat 2? We got a headband vote from Ascores. Sorry, now that we're here, by the way, just like with hair, there's actually 3 options. Sorry, there's 3 options here, which is removing it. You don't have to wear that. The only thing you have to have are eyes and a body. So everything else, you can go without hair, out any of these items here. So there's actually 3. So it's either no hair, hat 1, or hat 2. Hat 1, hat 2, or remove. Hat 1, hat 2, or remove. What is the vote look like? Okay, we got a lot of votes for headband. I'm just gonna say none to show off that sweet golden hair we put all that time into, you know? But this is a community choice. We've got, okay, headband is the victor so far. Okay, cap, headband, cap, headband, nothing. I don't have wings or a hood, and it makes me the sadness. Well, for now. Those are things we can work on. That's why it's a systems demo, to realize, well, yeah, if we can stack in all kinds of various, you know, different types of shirts and hats and feet, shoes, leg, I mean, there's all kinds of things. Once you have that system in place, you can, I mean, adding more to it is pretty straightforward, right? That's kind of the point of a demo like this, to show this is a systems demo, right? If we can do this, start thinking. In fact, yeah, let me actually put this into words I was not doing well before. Wasn't putting them into the right words. Part of the systems demo, the idea is to realize, oh, that's going to be possible now as the community, as the future players. Oh, wait, okay, if that's possible, that changes things. Now, okay, if you can do that, then what if you were able to do this? You see, so your suggestions can now adjust a little bit. Your vision for what could be in the game, and therefore the suggestions you give to us for it, could actually like shift to where, oh, there's whole new things y'all are doing now. Kind of the main idea. Oh shit, we've actually got a tie between, oh, okay, well, as soon as I said that, that's not true. Headband is the winner by 1 vote right now, and that might just be what takes it. Wings, halo, horns, all, exactly, yes, exactly. Those totally doable, you know what I'm saying? I love, this is exactly what I wanted. Now that you're seeing it, you're going, oh, but what if we had X, Y, and Z? Exactly what we're hoping for. That was the whole point of this systems demo. So we're off to a great start. Headband is the winner by a huge victory at the end there. So headband it is. We only get 1 color for the headband though. This is a simple one. We can map it to any color we want. It's default white. We can roll with that. Let me give you a quick preview of how that'll come out together. You may be biased, Angel Everlight. That's true. You may be biased. Purple to match the eyes, says Glaceon. Okay. That, you know what? That's fair. Okay, that's a good contender. Whimsy, okay. Whimsy Prissy's on the same. Okay, 83, 11, 142. All right. 83, 11, 142. Okay, how about that? We like that? Everybody happy with that? Purple, exact match. I went for perfect color match. If you were thinking maybe, you know, purple-y, but like different shades, yeah, that's fine too. Like it purple. We got a chartreuse vote. Okay, I think we're good there on hat. All right, let's not linger. Cool. Now we got a lot of options for torso. Excuse me, a lot of options for torso. I don't know if we can fit 6. Let me know. But let me start from the top. So we've got torso 1, torso 2, torso 3, torso 4, torso 5, torso 6. And if I'm not mistaken, I think I did a thing where I'm pretty sure it's actually only 3. I think I doubled up on this one. I remember making a note to myself earlier, but as you could probably assume, it was a bit of a blur, so. Ads, I don't see any but the message. Yes, ad break. Love that, cool. Ads, yes, well, great. Some of you are here, some of you are not. We won't complete this one, or we won't start the poll then, I guess, until we do that. You know what we can do? We can fire off in chat. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. There's actually 4. Sorry about the poll. We'll have to go back and redo the poll. My bad. There's actually 4, because again, you can go no shirt at all. So that's also an option. So 1, 2, 3, and no shirt at all. Sorry. 4, 5, and 6 are just repeats of 1, 2, and 3. So 1, 2, and 3 are your options, or nothing. So 4 total. We could do shirtless. I mean, things are covered, but it's just no overshirt. It's you know, swimsuit basically. Okay, poll ended. Let's drop that one away. No one get excited. If you're in ads right now going, no, wait, don't worry. In a second, when you come back, you're going to realize that was not the actual outcome. You could do barbarian style. There's a lot of fun stuff you can do, and obviously, like when you can, you know, you can remove a shirt, but then also adjust the color palette of the underlying base skin. There's a lot of like fun, interesting things you might choose to do. Iron Lord had some fun ideas he kind of had in mind and demonstrated too. We'll probably end up seeing those later actually, but regardless, yeah, y'all can choose what you'd like. And right now we have 3 shirt options, or we could have none, for a total of 4 different choices. Ads are up. All right, welcome back everybody. So we have 3 options. It's 1, 2, and 3. If you're looking and you see the numbers 4, 5, and 6 are just repeats of 1, 2, and 3. That was my bad. So it's 1, 2, and 3, or no shirt at all. We can go nothing at all, basically just swimsuit underneath, if you will, for both shirt and pants, same kind of thing. What do we got? Poll is up. Make sure you vote. We have 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 4 is nothing at all. Looks like 3 is so far the dominating vote. It's probably not. It's probably just going to be 3. I mean, I gotta imagine. You know what? There's enough people here that could actually swing back. Okay, maybe not. That's 2 more votes for 3. Okay, I think it's just going to be 3. Let's get color. Okay, let's get coloring then, because you know what? If we change it, the colors will also transfer over if we have to choose a different one. So what do we think for the shirt? We could just leave it white. We can obviously do like a, you know, any kind of major primary color and just kind of go down in the shades to give it the nice normal look of that color, or all kinds of crazy stuff. She's going, she wants to snatch. Yeah, she wants the hourglass figure on the shirt. Yeah, I think that's going to be the winner here. So far, that seems to be the champ. We've got huge lead. Okay, so okay, this one finally, we've got a nice good mix of different things people want. We got blue, purple, red. Dracuke, yes. I'm always going to say purple. Okay, good to know. We got red, that could be fun. It's a little different. Blue, purple, and red. And this one we have some out. We could do a little bit of both potentially and just kind of, you know, get a little silly with it and see what happens. Oh, the short sleeve variants are missing. You know what, Sarah? Thank you. You're right. Let me make sure this is not... They're not missing. 4, 5, and 6 aren't repeats. 4, 5, and 6 are basically short sleeved variants. I'm sorry. We have to do the poll a 3rd time, which they of course say is a charm. Let's get silly with it. Okay, yeah. Sorry. That's my bad. I'm just going through this a little bit too fast. They're clearly short sleeve versions. You can like literally see it. Like here's our 3, right? If I go over to 3 now, it's a longer sleeve version. That was 3. So 6 is the same, but in short sleeves. It's a very similar shape, just different arm length. So it's up to us what we want to do with that. Do we want short sleeves? Long sleeves? Does that change the game and mean a whole new one is possible? But that is a total of 7 options. So we have, what is it? We have the, okay, 1 through 3 we already voted on, and that one already won. So maybe we just do 3 versus 4, 5, and 6 to say, yeah, to have enough for the poll options. Right, exactly. So if we just do, yeah, we just do like 3 versus 4, 5, and 6 now. We kind of like a tournament style. We did 1 half, now we're doing it. The winner of that does versus the other half now. That'll work. Cool, cool, cool. Can you please mute for like 5 seconds so I can run the garbage? That's so funny. Yeah, okay, go ahead. You might have already, but go ahead. The mic isn't even picking it up. It's running right now. I turned the mic back on. I literally have the audio from like the same background music audio you guys can hear. That's playing out of my literal speakers right now. Like the mic just doesn't pick it up. It's just worried about the garbage disposal 2 rooms over. That's funny. Okay, cool. That was a good little comedy break while we got the new poll set up. Thank you again. Long versus short. Everyone said short. Good call on that. Okay, let's move on then. We're gonna go with short sleeves. That is number 6. That looks, let's see. Okay, we've got, this is how we're coming together now. Okay. I'm kind of getting like sort of flow vibes from this, but you know, that's okay. That's kind of fun. What do we want for the colors now? I know this one we've actually had a lot of different opinions. We also have a lot more to work with here. So we can probably get a little funky with it if we want. Pull for colors, you think? Okay. Okay, hey, I'm down for whatever, community-wise. If we want to pull for colors too, I am all in on that. I saw purple, blue, and red. I don't think short or long sleeve really changes that, so I'm going to assume those are still valid. Toss a few colors, but okay, yeah. So we'll do purple, blue, and red. And I'll do this, I think this will be a tiered one. So even if your vote, the one you vote for doesn't win, it'll be like, we'll use all three and just see which order do we give them. We'll make ours fun and like random multicolors. It won't look sensible, and that'll be okay. That's part of the point. So we've got one vote for blue, looks like one vote for red, one for, okay, sorry. There we go. So far, blue is going to be the dominant color. We'll map the white to the blue. It'll go like, what you're looking at on screen for me, like, other than the all black outline, we'll just go right to left in terms of colors based on like popularity of votes. Because why not? So we're gonna do blue for the main color, like the white, and then the lighter gray right now will be purple, with the darkest one being red. I'll try to match the general, I'll try to keep like the luminance a little bit still appropriate to that, but just in those different color families. You're right, or am I right or you're right? Well, I mean, as you're looking at the same screen that I am, I don't think that matters here. It's not on my right. I just mean like the page reading, top to bottom, left to right nature of this book that you see. We'll go inverse, right to left. Okay, so we are over halfway through, lots of votes in. Looks like purple as the primary color came through. Then blue as the lighter gray, and then red will be the darkest one. Okay. That's coming together pretty cool. I'm actually curious how that'll look. Like if they were, obviously if they were all just full saturation, like pure primary color, each layer, it's just gonna look like a funny little tie-dye funky whatever, which is totally fine and valid, and you're more than welcome to do that too. But if we actually try to match it so it looks kind of like shading, I wonder if those color choices will give us like an interesting effect. I don't know. I'm not a color like expert by any means. Some of you might be. Oh, sorry. Yeah, this is going to be annoying for y'all. Let me try to get this just stable, because if I just do this, hold on. Hello? It is I, Halt. Hello? It's probably just because I'm too pasty. Can you not see my hand behind the... like I'm doing a makeup tutorial. All right, check this out. Hello? All right, well, it's stuck, sorry. I'll do my best to not move. Purple overwhelmingly won. Yes, it did. Okay, purple, and this will be our light purple. We can get nice and bright in here, and yeah, we'll go maybe not quite as saturated though. Yeah, it's good, like bright up here. Okay, next up is going to be blue, but at like a mid-level, so let's go to like blue. Oops. And I guess can't see my color picker, so you don't really see the process I'm going through, but the more I think about it as I say it out loud, that's probably for the best. Okay, cool. There's blue underneath. Now, as you get, that actually makes a nice little highlight, because that makes sense, purple and blue. I'm curious about this really dark red, though. Let's take a look. What about, like, down in here? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I think she owns it. I think she works it. Let me go a little darker on the red. It's a little darker. Still red, a little darker, but pretty rich, and then it's saturated. Okay, cool. Works for me. Like a Riptopian, yes. Look at that. Okay. That's fun. All right. We've only got 3 more to go now. We are more than halfway done. Well, we'll see. Okay, so gloves. Right now, for the hands, the only option we have is basically gloves or nothing. It's just either one or other. So there's the easy poll. One winner. Do we wear gloves or do we not? That is up to everybody else in chat once the poll is up. Character creation is always so... It is, but isn't it fun? Isn't this like... I don't know. How many collective hours in chat right now across everybody here, across every game you've played that has a character creator of any meaningful kind? How many total hours of human time has been spent in a character creator, do you think? Just in this chat right now. Yeah, total. Like for everybody that's in here right now. I mean, I can easily add a few hours myself, no problem. I mean, at least. Too many. Far too much. Exactly. But like, and just to be like, I guess a little serious here for a moment, and because this is important, I want to be clear about that like in a game that's social, like on a place like Twitch, this game's based around Twitch, it is fundamentally extremely social. Fundamentally. That's a game where I think like having as much self-expression as you can have within moderation limits, right? Like is really, really important. because it is social. Like, you are amongst your peers, and so you do want to be able to, want to create your character however you want. It can be, you make it earnest to yourself for how you look in real life. It could be a whole new character. It can be your kind of go-to avatar, if you will, that you use in a lot of, whatever, it doesn't matter. The point is, it's your choice. And like, that's one of the things I've been really fired up about with this kind of system. As simple as it is, we can get really expressive with this. I mean, my goodness, simple choices, and we're coming together, and we could have done this a million different ways off of just a few options that we have right now, right? You already talked in chat about what new hat styles, like having horns or, things like that. I'm really excited about that part. So that's important. I also bought enough time for the poll to get pretty much finished now. So gloves, no. Yeah, we're gonna keep those hands open. I'm cool with that. All right, how we looking? Okay. That's how we're coming together. Yeah, okay. I mean, it could pull it out here in the last second, but probably not gonna happen. So we'll probably be committing to this. We are now down to bottoms, of which we have 4. Apricity already having a very strong opinion about the color of the pants, regardless of whether we even have them, because that is still an option here. Pharaoh, thank you. Yes, that's really important, right? But also, like, how do you do that in a way that, like, is usable, and like, again, moderation being a genuine concern. You have to be careful about that too, because it is a social game. People stream it as well, right? It's even more important. You don't want someone like showing something on accident if you had too much customization where it was pure freeform. That's obviously a problem of its own. So I think this is a really, really good in between. Sorry, so let me actually go through these options. I hadn't done that yet. My bad. So we have 4 of them. We've got, these are long pants. Here we got some longer pants, but a little thicker. Here we got shorts, and then here we got shorts, but a teeny bit thicker. It's a little hard to tell on just those and just these angles, but just a teeny bit. So we got shorts or pants, and a little bit thinner or a little bit thicker is the option. And then the 5th option, of course, is no pants at all. That's not going to be TOS, don't worry, obviously, right? But you can go with no pants. It's like, again, swimsuit, so you can style it that way if you want. There's fun things you can do too when you start like realizing you can control all the layers. So like, those of you who have way more creative skills than I do, clearly, will be able to do, I think, some really cool stuff with it. I'm excited to see is what you all end up making on your own with that level of creativity when you have this level of control. Yeah, no TOS, don't worry. Frog says, got to be a balance of staying a background game to play and being a primary stream game. Yeah, absolutely. That's a whole huge part of the design challenge, is actually tackling that specifically. Pants are overrated. So, oh my god, okay, so Team Pants, despite the very vocal people in chat, Team Pants is in fact winning by a very large margin, so there's gonna be some pants. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Where's the shorts? Oh, these are the shorts. Yeah, sorry. The first vote was if we even needed to have, if we had to care about which of the 4 options and color at all, because if we went no pants, that would be the case. We do have 4. These 2 are shorts. So sorry, so it's 1 and 2 are the longer pants, and if you look, it's a little hard to see, but 1 and 2, we have 1's a little bit thinner, 2's a teeny bit thicker. You see it more in some of the other angles too, but, and then same thing for shorts. So 3 is a little bit thinner, 4 is a little bit thicker. We have 3 and 4. But shorts are comfy and easy to wear. That's true. Okay, so we are Team Pants, which means we do have a vote now. 1 of 4. Which pants is it? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that was one thing. This will definitely have the ability to like change the angle and stuff while you're editing it, for real. But for this demo, we just don't have that in. That's all. So you can see like, oh, the side looks different on these ones, because some might not look that different from certain angles, but they do matter in others. Yes, there's 2 pants. Yeah, pant length. Booty shorts, knee length, full length. I think with how we're building it up so far, I think at this stage we could pull off either pants or shorts. So it actually is. It's not like there's a necessarily like clear winner here. So we got, okay, so booty shorts is a pretty strong contender. Then we got 1 for knee length, 8 for full leg, which is the current reigning champ. Full length. What are y'all nuts? They might have an artistic vision. I mean, you can use, I mean, these are designed to be like, you know, full length pants, right? But obviously if you were getting creative on how you were blending colors together, like across the different pieces, I mean, there's a lot of control, like a lot of possibilities there that aren't immediately obvious once you start doing stuff like that. Just to be clear, so you have full, like, it'll pick every distinct source color from the base palette, and then you can map any of them. So literally any other color that you want. This isn't WoW, this is Riftopia. Good point. All right, I think we've got a pretty strong winner for full leg. I'm gonna assume it's full leg. Now, yeah, thank you, Frog, good call. Let's toss out some colors for the pants now. We'll do the same, actually, let's do the same thing. Yeah, toss out some colors, and then we'll do a poll like before, where it'll be like a tiered vote, basically. I forget the term for that. Gold, green, blue, black, purple, pink, cyan, blue. Okay, cool. We'll have definitely 5 to pick from, and then top 3 will be our tiered votes. What's the name of, there's a name for that voting system. I always forget what it is. I think this thing actually did stop following me, but it's just off now. Whoop. Fuchsia. Okay, what color pants? Our poll is up. What are our options? Okay, gold, green, blue, black, or fuchsia. So again, there's a tiered vote here. So the top 3 votes in order of their vote count will be like the primary color, then the lighter shading, then the darker shading in order. Okay, ad break, but the poll's still active. Hopefully you had enough context before the ads to pick which one you like. The tightest poll so far. Yeah, right. I think I'm gonna have to go look up the RGB value for fuchsia, because looks like RGB value fuchsia. Come on, Google. This should be a layup for you. Oh, just straight up. Okay, got it. That's an easy one. Okay, cool. What? Yeah, okay. All red and green. Excellent. Yes. Wait, what are we saying yes for? You can see ads. Oh my god. I'm so confused on what's going on in chat, I'm not gonna lie. But we've still got about a third of our voting time left to go. Gold in the lead. Fuchsia right behind it. Next up is a ways down, we got blue, and it looks like those would be the 3 unless maybe black or green come into play. If they get more votes, they could be the 3rd color. Your call, everybody. And we have 50 seconds of ads playing right now, I think. Or 50 seconds until ads play one more time. I guess I'll find out very soon. Teddy says gold. Yeah, okay. I think it's going to be it. We got gold, then fuchsia, and then blue. Skippable ads are coming like you skip YouTube. Oh! Well, that's really good news, actually. All right. So gold in the lead, right behind it, fuchsia, and then blue. So gold, and then fuchsia, and then blue. Like I said, I'll try to keep the lightness roughly what it was, like gold, but on the lighter side, slightly exaggerated, because we're like the, you know, we're the lighter color here. I'll kind of just move down. Okay, so gold, then we had fuchsia, which I believe is just, oops, that's not fuchsia, don't worry. That was a mistake. That's not fuchsia, that's a mistake. All right, hold on. There we go. There's our fuchsia. Okay, I got our like actual fuchsia. I'm gonna then just rotate down a bit on the saturation and the lightness to make it like appropriate for kind of this layer, if you will. But I started from actual fuchsia and go to about there. Okay, and then finally blue. Okay, blue, our dark blue for our final dark undertones. Yeah. Oh, she's gorgeous. That's a vibrant fuchsia. Hey, I started with real fuchsia. I moved it down. Okay, so I think we're about there. That looks so dark, you can't even tell it's blue when you look at it. That's not really fair. That's just black at that point. Okay, yeah, all right. Well, here we are. She's looking great. And actually, this is coming together pretty well. Okay, play Riftopia. All right, last one. Very, very, very last one. we've got shoes. We have the smaller shoes, a little lighter, you know, a little easier to wear. Then we got the nice, a little more like boots, you know, they're meant for walking and for, I don't know, rifting, who knows? Something in Riftopia. Or, of course, get them toesies out. So we got 3 options total. Chunkier boys, a little lighter to wear, or nothing at all. Rift Simmons. We do kind of have Rift Simmons, which I am not that mad about. I mean, I think it works. It's like, you know, I guess that kind of makes our little avatar in game, what, you know, like a little mascot. That makes sense, you know, hyping up the players, getting excited, leading everybody, right? I'm giving you the toes out view here for free, everybody. You're welcome. Not the feet, people. What did Frog say? This is instrument. You've been playing that game all day. You must really enjoy it. Looks over. Yeah, it's great. Still on the character creation screen. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we've been here for a good. This is, we're 45 minutes deep, probably. I think of just pure character creation. I'm having a blast. I don't mind. Which shoes are winning? I didn't open up the poll yet. We've got bare toes, tennies, and boots. God, the toe people. God, I should have known. That's fair. I mean, hey, it's an RPG setting. I mean, you can definitely dress out. You can dress contemporary, whatever you want. That's the fun part. But, you know, you're going to be walking. There's probably a lot of grass out there, I'd imagine. Most RPGs, you know, your woodlands and stuff. So, I can kind of justify the barefoot. Prestige says she's the only boots. Well, I see 2 now, so someone got you there. Hello, thank you for the follow. Oh, did I see? Oh, and that was Miss Dogsauce. It just caught up to me too. Yeah, you had just sent in first time chat. Miss Dogsauce, welcome. Very cool to see you here. Okay, we got bare toes. Okay, well, bare toes will make our choice really easy too on color because there won't be one. Not for bare toes. We could go edit the colors of the base skin. You can control all of them. You know what? I was gonna say we don't do it now just for time's sake, but like, what the hell? We can do a tiered poll. That'll be fine. I think that works. So we actually have one more after this, now that I think about it. And especially now that we're going to have bare toes, it looks like having control over the underlying, all of the shades, every single color in the base skin means the toes can get edited here. The arms will stick out, the face, all that fun stuff. Dopesauce says, thanks to Glaceon for reminding me. Oh, well, yeah, thank you, Glaceon, for reminding Dopesauce. Dopesauce is definitely a well-known, familiar face in the Stream Raiders community back in the day. RIP. Very cool to see you here. Yeah, barefoot definitely wins. Okay, cool. Well, that's easy. All right. Oh, sorry. We do have this now. So we can actually, even with the choices we made so far, we can change between them if we want. I think we had kind of all settled on this, and we did go with the snatched shirt anyway, so I think we'll just leave that. But every single one of these colors can be mapped. So we can make ourselves any crazy set of colors that we want. That's totally up to us. So I think, again, we just pick like what range of colors. We're gonna look really crazy when this is done because it's gonna be all over, which is gonna be the fun part. So big range of colors. Well, we get 5 poll options, so I guess not a big range, but 5 colors in chat. Start spitting them out in chat. And Frog, thank you for doing that. We'll then fire up the poll, and what'll happen is we'll cover 5 colors of. Oh, I know how we can do this. Yeah. Okay. Yes. So this will be kind of like the underlying, like almost like choosing like which kind of creature it might be, right? Because if you were making like a, I don't know, if you were to take a Baldur's Gate 3 look at it, for example, and you want like kind of like a drow looking character, you could go for like that sort of shade, that skin tone. You have like full control over all of that. What Iron did was really fun and cool. You'll probably end up seeing that a little bit later, maybe, if he wants to share. We'll see. But there's a lot you can do with that. You can make them all one color if you want to be a blob. So we could do that kind of thing too. We've got black, salmon, white. Okay. Pretty simple so far. Black, salmon, and white. The other thing we can do here too, by the way, is that a couple of those colors will basically map to, actually what? Oh, right. Okay, so the outline, the actual thick black outline, usually that's the part we leave alone. We'll do the same thing here, but like when you're creating it, you could use that to like add to the effect in any way that you want to. Like you can do, if we wanted to do like random stuff like this, right? We could like make the outline, you know, be whatever color that we want. It's not really like an aura. It's going to look different in practice when you put it all together, right? It's not like a glow. That's a separate kind of thing we're thinking about. But sometimes you can use that in a way that sort of gives you interesting effects if you were like planning a whole character around a certain look. So just so y'all know watching. But for today, I think we're just going to leave that as the full outline. So what we're changing are kind of like the skin shades as we go down, and they can be all over the place, a full multicolor, whatever. We can make ourselves like just straight up any color that we want. We can also even do the mouth as a distinct color as well, so we can keep that the same to make it have no mouth. Like that's one way you can actually remove the mouth if you wanted, for example. They'll have so many ads, no way pre-rolls are on. Yeah, I think it's on just the default lowest we can get to not get pre-rolls, but eesh. Okay, what color is our character and creature? Black, salmon, purple, green, and white. Black, salmon, purple, green, and white. Which one? We got salmon. We want like, well, yeah, it'll be pink. It'll be really cute. Salmon's kind of cute. Green's fun. All black. It'll just be like a little shade creature drifting around. We can go purple. If we go green, we'll look kind of like your like typical like Martian in cartoons, I guess. That could be kind of fun. 30 seconds every 10 minutes. Is it really? Oh my god. Hold on. Actually, as a mod, do you have access to edit that? Or is that only in my control? And just that live, it'll work. Okay. Salmontopian. Yeah, it's so emphatically salmon. I think we're gonna have to just go one straight color for everything, so it won't even have like a shaded effect. It'll look totally wacky. Needs editor permissions. Oof. Okay. Sorry, y'all. Well, thanks for bearing with us. We'll get that fixed before the next stream for sure, and if we can do it on this one, we'll try, but we'll see. Okay, so looks like, I guess I'm gonna just commit to this being salmon. Let's not waste any more time. So I'm trying to remember exactly which ones. I think when we get this out, things like a base skin, we can probably define like which colors are what. This will be a little easier in practice, where for like this specific one, we could do like where we know that, hey, this would be like the mouth color or whatever. So it feels more like a normal character editor for that kind of stuff. For all the accessories, it's fine as is, but for like this part, we'll probably make this easier in practice when it's actually out there in the real game. So for this one, let's go salmon. Discord. Oh, thanks, Diva. Sorry, I thought you were asking for Discord. I didn't even see that you had ran the command. I might need to get glasses soon. All right, so salmon it is. What is like the official, let me see, RGB salmon. What does Google say is like the official salmon color? It's the hex code. Let's see. So from what I can tell, 255. Okay, so all red. 255, 145, 164. Okay, well, here we go. It's gonna be 255. Whoops, that's not. I promise that's not it. 255. 145 and 164. That's salmon. Oh, that's great. Oh, she's gorgeous. Okay. Let me actually do, you know what? I'm not going to do the thing where I just copy that across the rest. It kind of just works naturally. It seems like a reasonable, I'm going to just leave that. It also save us some time. This is perfect. This is perfect. Okay. It's beautiful. Play Riftopia has been created. I'm about to hit the save button. The only reason I haven't done that throughout, you'll see why in a moment. I actually wanted to show y'all. There's a few other people in here with us right now, and we're not here yet because we haven't saved our first character yet. But you might recognize a couple of those people. We see Huntress. We see Iron Lord, we see Golden, and oh yeah, we have like our own real emotes we can send. We can't yet because we're not in, but we're seeing those emotes fly through. Let's bring her to life. Beautiful, look at that. Oh, she's wonderful. Oh, look at it. Oh yes, oh yeah, show it off. Oh, work it. Oh my gosh. Oh, she's the best. This is what I was saying earlier, by the way, that like obviously, you know, like in the character creator will let you change the angle so you can see it live while you're editing. I had to kind of not do that here just to bury this a little bit the whole time. And look at that. It's all of us hanging out. And I think one thing that's a little maybe understated here, there's no link to it right now because it's just for us for today. But I want to point something out that's like, oh yeah, of course, you guys, as we're looking at this, this is live. That is the real Golden VT. Those emotes are real actions when we're changing angles and walking differently. We're seeing everybody else's do the same thing. So if I walk left, up, and down, I see it, so does everybody else. If, oh, there's Golden turning left, there's Iron walking. So it's understated here, but part of this systems demo, oh look, there's Ben, he just showed up, he just loaded in. How about that? Oh, he's walking around, he's got his character created, ready to go. Oh look, there's a Prisity, she popped in, the whole gang's here, which by the way is really cute. It's kind of like a little team photo. I think that's really, really adorable, personally. So what I'm trying to say here is this is like a real-time lobby, right? Like this is a real-time game where everyone playing is seeing the updates from everybody. So let that kind of settle in a little bit. We're specifically not showing anything else, okay? But let that settle in a little bit. What might that mean? What could we do with that? You know? Like, I don't know. I guess you guys will find out in the future. But think about what that might open up to. So that's all you're gonna know for today. Nobody's saying anything. Yes, by the way, that was really funny. Apricity's like accidentally rogue. If you want to show it off for a second, Apricity, and give us a little, you know, left, right, show the whole thing, because even like just seeing the highlight from the other angle is so funny. Pre-game dance parties, yeah, definitely. But you know, like, I think part of why I'm keeping it a little bit coy here on purpose too is just because, yes, of course we have plans for this and what to do with it, but by not putting that out there and just kind of showing that system and what's possible, fun ideas could flow out that we would have never thought about. If we put everything out immediately, then of course everyone's going to think that way with what we've been building toward. But there could be some really cool thoughts when you just think about, well, what does that system mean is like possible? What could we do? So I love that. Pre-game dance parties is really cool, Cornbread. That's really funny. That's like absolutely like a fun thing we could do, right? Can change customization after save? Yes. And let me also go back now to the character creation, now that I've kind of fully made my point there about we're all real time. Not only can you save this and change it, obviously, but within the game, there's no reason why we can't give you, I don't know, a wardrobe to save different outfits in. You don't always want to look the same, right? That could be a fun thing to unlock. You unlock more slots for it as you play to save more outfits. Just one idea, one thought we've had. So I'll just let that settle in for a little bit. Before I come back to that, if you have questions, don't worry. We have time for Q&A, all kinds of stuff. But for now, let me first show a couple of other things for a reason. So first of all, let's get Play Rotopia here. Rotopia Simmons cheering us up. I feel like I'm ready for an aerobic workout when I look at that. It's perfect. In fact, if everybody else wants to walk along, oh, there's Glaceon. Hey, look at Glaceon. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I really like, before I make the point I was about to make that I was leading into, I'm stopping for a sec. I just want to say it is really cool seeing this, because last night when a lot of us were just kind of tinkering and testing on this to make sure it'll work before this demo, even as we were just doing that, I didn't like instruct it to anybody. I just said, hey, everyone here, pop in, let's test this. And of course, everyone makes the character that they want to make. When you get a character creation menu in front of you like this, you're gonna do what you want with it. Like, why wouldn't you? But then quickly seeing that just across a few of us, like this is just 7 people currently, and how different and vibrant it is in the same game. Like from a simple base asset start, but with just that kind of ability to change the exact accessories, even when you only have a couple of them. It was like, you know, 1 to 4 for every section, and that's not even necessarily every section. You guys have mentioned things like wings or shoulders, backpacks. I mean, there's more stuff you can do, right? It really is like a unique world. It's really, I mean, I think it's really fucking cool. Pardon my French, excuse me. I shouldn't, on a dev stream, I shouldn't use that language. Forgive me. But I just think it's really, really cool, because this is what like a social game amongst people playing in communities should look like. Like, people can really, having that core self-expression, like as a player character you have somewhere that can represent, I think is really, really, really important for that. And look how, like, didn't have to try, didn't have to even give a full expansive menu, but just with the simple system we have even now, just with the options we have now, the variety here is crazy. It's really cool. So it makes me happy. Good time for an ad break. Perfect timing. So I just wanted to now take a second, actually highlight everybody individually, because that was fun. And I alluded to Iron Lord earlier, kind of like matching his sort of avatar and just going full dark on everything, big, full green glowing eyes, super cool. That was like fun and unique. I love seeing how much, in general, our characters like look like us. Like we tend to, do that a lot, which is there's Glaceon, who's just gone crazy on us. Here's us. We ended up with Riftopia Simmons, but we kept the look. It's thematic. I love that. Apricity was accidental rogue, but it works. Glaceon's joining the Iron Lord gang. Huntress looking like you can see that there. And then like, I love this too. Uncle Ben just being Uncle Ben. Yeah, exactly, Missy. So anyways, I've cheesed a lot about that, but I think that's really important. And like, if we just take away even just the fun or my sentiment on it, from a game's point of view, from a systems point of view in the game, a game like this, I think what makes it special and unique is large part the self-expression across large communities, different flavors, different tastes. Not everyone gets along, but like everyone's them, That's the vision that we have. So this is why it took so long to get here. It has to be usable. It has to be real time. You saw Glaceon change his outfit real time, like that all updated as I'm sitting here just talking to you. So it's all real time. Like this is really, really, really important. So now that I've beat that dead horse a bit, I wanted to show one other really cool thing that's really important. Actually, there's two. Hold on, I forgot there's one more. I almost undersold this. I did it first. Glaceon can fight me. That's true. It is on record. Everyone saw there is a record. But look at that. There's one more in there. And I wanted to do that just to make sure. Can I full screen this? All right, I can't show the whole thing on. Well, probably fine, but okay. I just want to make a point here. It is really important because obviously the one you're seeing that's showing here, I'm on desktop, signed in as Play Riftopia, the Twitch account. You can see up here now, though, is me, Ken, aka Frosty, right? And I'm controlling that from my phone. So I can also play this from my phone just fine. And the menu even adapts and it actually changes. Let me just randomize this real quick so you can see a fresh look at them. Let me actually clear this out. So it's not what you see up there. It's going to see a fresh guy real quick. And you'll see that it actually just flips the book for you. So that's a tough example that I had to put a lot of personal pain into to get working well. So that's what I'm calling out. That's not the important part. The important part is it adapts to different size screens, right? So mobile is the easy example. You can play it on mobile smoothly. That is a baked-in thing now. We are building around it being playable, very playable, smoothly on mobile or a tablet, or even just because it might be a side game, you might want to make it like a thin window on your monitor and like put it off to the side, and it's still playable. So that was another thing. So playable on all screens. Yes, thank you, Huntress. Very, very good point. To temper expectations, yeah, we aren't going to have the like Steam or mobile apps right away, in part because there's kind of a chicken and egg problem. We kind of got to get it out there first, kind of past the point where it's just like a playtest, enough to then be able to go to the app stores and say, okay, please give us these native apps. But to be very, very clear, I showed you right now, these are both on just the browser. So it does work on just a browser, which is really, really important too. So you don't have to install anything, which is really handy. People can just jump in there from your Twitch chat. That's the idea. But we also can run this native on apps. I've been running and playing and testing on, I'm running Linux and I have a full desktop app. It's going to run Windows and Mac as well. And then we also have the builds for Android and iOS. So like we actually do have native apps. That is a possible thing to do. And then the one thing that will stop us is mostly just app stores. So during the play tests, one thing is Android users who are like comfortable, if you're technical and you trust us, we can give you like an APK and you can just sideload it. So like that's what we probably will do for the next playtest that comes up. But just note that like native mobile is also a thing too, and we can actually get some perf updates. So like when you're running it native, it is even a little bit better in terms of performance. But we're also, of course, making it completely smooth and playable on web, on browser, where like it runs very, very, very light. Anyone who games on Mac is probably serial killer. Gosh, oh my gosh. So device wide is really, really important. But one more thing. So device-wide, we talk a lot about accessibility, right? And we're working hard on that as well. We're going to have rough edges and miss a lot of things for accessibility, but being browser focused does give us a lot of automatic wins. Okay, like this text is renderable in a browser, so if you do have a screen reader, text on screen will be at least there to start. Oh, there's Sarah hopping in. I love seeing real-time stuff like this. It makes it feel so much more alive and real. But resource draw, yes, thank you, Immortal. That's the other reason. Not just so it's light so you can play on your phone when you got 10 minutes on your break, but also because streamers who are running it need it to take as little resources as possible, because you have to do video encoding and all kinds of other things that you're doing, and also a main game usually on top of that. So it's really, really important to us. Like this stuff, and you have to build really good foundations to do this and do it well. We have very tough constraints when you really think about it, especially as you see more of what we're really building towards. In any event, multiple devices is important. Accessibility is important in general, and devices is a part of that, right? Accessibility can mean you're able to play it in various places on different devices, and different lower end hardware can still play. That's a part of accessibility too. But also, I know everyone in here, at least those who are typing in chat, certainly, we speak English. Not everybody does. A lot of people in the world on Twitch that love their communities, that would love to be able to play a game like this, but they need, they don't speak English, and they would like to be able to play. Can we accommodate that? Well, our Spanish speakers who might be in chat right now can confirm for us. I'm pretty proficient in Spanish, so I feel pretty good about these. The other languages, that's going to be pure chat call, but we can do exactly that. This is fully live update into different languages. Everything you see, from even just this simple little demo walk button to idle button changing. So of course, all the text here, the text you see here, every bit of text that you see. In fact, I actually think I even got it on the, and even for the sign out, everything. Looks like long range, I can't navigate the menus. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, I think so. Yep. Like right now, this is an example. You can change it at any time, and it updates real time, so you don't have to restart in a new version or something like that. So whatever you're in the middle of, you can just swap it over. So we support not only the left to right languages, different character sets, obviously, all this kind of stuff, but also even the right to left languages, which often go missed. For this demo, I don't have the rest of it wired up. It will be a little bit off when I show these, because it's not actually changing the orientation of the other icons it's next to and stuff. We totally know about that. That'll have to get wired in still. I just didn't have time for this demo. Just wanted to show the text is still supported though. And so this here is also something that can be a really awesome community effort. There is the translation system that we have. As we add more and more lines and things that need to be translated, the community can provide translations as well. In fact, Huntress has a whole system for it. I don't know if we need to even show it right now. It's probably not worth worrying about yet. But when that time comes, it's a link. We can basically allow people to come on board and submit their translations as they need to for anything that we need. So that is really, really important too. I'm saying from day one, even in a simple systems demo, we have full language support across all of the text-based language that isn't user-defined, obviously. So of course, my name here is going to be however it is with Twitch, but anything that's within the system. English pirate, yeah, exactly. So I want everyone to know about that too. So that's two other things on top of everything you've seen, was the fact that devices are widely supported and languages we have wide support for as well too. And so even if something's wrong, say, hey, that translation's a little bit funky, it works, but it doesn't quite make sense, and we can always update that. And that's a community effort. So if you love that, if you feel oh, my language isn't represented, if you have a lower resource language where it's harder to find translations, by all means, we're open to submitting and supporting everything we can. The system is literally in place. All we got to do is just have the source text and then have the translations. That's it. Y'all are funny. I'm catching up on chat now. I know we covered a lot. But I want to know in chat right now, is there anything that we've talked about so far that maybe wasn't fully explained, or was confusing or didn't make sense? Is there any kind of lingering questions from the things we've talked about today? And a follow-up question will then be, and if not, then I think we're about at a point where we can open it up to just Q&A as we need to. When can we play? I know. That I can't answer yet. I mentioned earlier, we don't have a date yet for like the next playtest. We're just not there. But as you can see, we're moving along. We have a lot of systems in place now. And truthfully, we do have a couple, like one other major system and a couple of things that we're not even showing here yet today that are also done. So in future, probably by the next dev stream, there'll be a fun, I think the thing I alluded to earlier from Huntress, that Huntress did amazing work on, been like completely her specialty. I think by next dev stream, we can show a lot of that off, and that'll be a lot of fun too. So there's a lot more work to do, but we're working on it. I mean, it's hard, right? It's just for anyone who's new, just so you understand, like this is a very small team of people who cannot work on it full time. And because of that, while we have like a very clear vision now, things are coming together really, really well. We're doing like a lot more than I would think would be possible with this small of a team. It just takes time. And so it's for us, you know, marathon, not a sprint. Our vision and our hope is that like we get to a point where this thing can just be up, right? It's meant to be kind of a live service game. Of course, you have future updates and improvements, but at some point it's like you can keep playing it, right? Getting to that point takes some work to have things that are like, that won't be completely boring in a week or two, you know, so it can not only stay up but be fun to play while it's up. And doing all of that, like we have to do it well, we have to do it right. We are doing it as iterative as we can. We're showing you what we're working on. We want to get you invited to play tests, but it just takes time. So I want to make one final point about that, and then I think we're good just for Q&A and any final follow-up stuff. But one final point I want to make is that we are like, while it's going to take time to get it up there, like, and right now we can't even say yet when the next playtest is. The way things are shaping up right now, by the time that we're telling you, okay, we can tell you a date at least of when we think it'll be now. When we're at that point, we've talked about this internally, so I think it's safe to say this, like, when we're at that point, I think we will be also at a point where it'll be more like an early alpha or early beta rather than just like a raw playtest. Like the way the systems are coming together, by the time that we have enough to give you a playtest at all, it's probably the kind that is like ready to be left open for a while. So it might not have to be so short like last one. So again, you have to wait a little while. It takes some time for us to build this. What I'm getting to is that when we get there though, it's not going to be all of this just for another like 3-week tiny window. It's probably going to be more like an early alpha or even like an early beta, depending on where we're at and where we feel comfortable describing it as. And then not having downtime, right? Because the systems are way more solid. Like on top of it, just not only are we doing more now, like our systems, our build systems, our testing frameworks, like all that stuff, all that boring stuff that you need to keep it more stable and not have a bunch of dumb surprises all the time, is way better this time around. Built on really good foundations. So when it is up, it can just be up for a long time. It's what we want for a game like this that's global, 24 hours a day, everybody playing across all of Twitch. Can you run this on your Samsung fridge? Heavy Alec, if it can run a web view, if you've got, I don't know, 256 megabytes of RAM, yeah, probably. If you can run a web view on your fridge, you can play this on your fridge for sure. Is the roadmap updates? Okay, oh, roadmap updates, yes. I don't have like a perfect graphic, but I can show you sort of where we're at. Actually, yeah, okay. You know what? I don't have... This is the one that we saw from last dev stream, right? Where we could say, hey, our actual full like rebuild, we like all the systems, that was done. Now here we are. So the secrets over here, as we know, some of those are revealed. The ones that are at the bottom there, like the entire category. And that was a lot of the stuff that you have seen today, like the fact that we have full like player characters that are like completely customizable and you'll control in a world, and there's clearly going to be some kind of real-time element going on here between these players, obviously, because that's what we can see. So that's kind of what you know there. Beyond that, this is more going to be, I guess, just like a rehash of the other stuff that we haven't mentioned in a while. Because I think those have been around, those who like played Stream Raiders, those who played during the playtests, might be like, okay, so what about the battles and the units and all that? And I just want to say none of that's going anywhere. Like that's all part of this too. It's just most of the general idea of how you would imagine a battle will go isn't changed from last time. Like we'll keep building on that, you know, getting more units, more, you know what I'm saying? But like the general thing that you would, you know, expect to do in a battle, the way that you'd expect for it to play out, is not going to be starkly different than those past experiences. That's why we're just not talking about them right now, just because once they're there, and it'll all come together. But right now, we're really focusing on the things that will be different. And also, again, just getting these core systems in place that you'd want, like even just making sure we can do live translations and things like that across the system. So just wanted to point that out. So things like co-op battles absolutely are going to be part of that. It'll blend in even more now with these things that we'll be revealing. New units, absolutely. And then like the home system overhaul, all that's going to blend in. It's all going to start to come together here relatively quickly, like in terms of as we do our next dev updates and stuff, as these pieces start to fit together. And at that point, or probably what we're going to end up seeing is that a lot of these things you see up there will start to get crossed off kind of all at once, or very close to all at once as everything comes together. So nothing else to cross off today, but we are clearly, definitely, genuinely making really good progress. Loving the idea of co-op. Thank you for yeah, this is meant to be a social community game, right? Like, you know, that's why you want it to be real time. Like, if someone's live streaming, you want to have real-time experiences. That's fun too. Then playing co-op in your battles, so you can play alongside other communities and other captains. And I think that's fun, not just to like have more people, see them around, see them in this format where, you know, like they're expressing who they are. You start recognizing people as you see them, but then like blending those communities in this kind of this game that we can all play together alongside Twitch, kind of like this separate reality that lives inside of Twitch almost. And it's really interesting. There's I think a really fun element. A lot of cool things are coming together. And I think Frog, what you said too, yeah, like it does bring a lot of like, it makes it a way more alive. Like these games, you have pixel art, it's simple. You're running them on the side. A lot of screens might look kind of similar when it's just like same UI over and over again, same maps over and over again, same units over and over again. It's, you know, like it just starts to, they blend and blur together a lot. If any of you have been around for Stream Raiders and things like that, you've seen that, you know what that's like. And so when suddenly it's now more like lively and vibrant and real because everyone's adding more of their own unique flavor and there's lots of people around, and you know, like it's, the experience starts to feel way more like, hey, we're inside of this alternate world inside of Twitch as we're here, like playing this game together, and then we can also go and watch live streams of people doing it. And yeah, really, really good. By the way, lots of cool stuff that we have planned with these systems as they come together, and as we can show them to you, you'll see how the whole game is coming together. Inside of that whole game, quite a few really cool opportunities for like discovery for streamers just baked into the game. So like, if you are growing a community, like beyond just having a fun thing to do with them, if you are trying to grow your community, like our goal is to have a game that is fun for players, period. Lots of people play it, and then those that are streamers and are like captains in the game have this kind of special, unique like sort of powers and things like that as the captains. They're almost like these sort of legends within the game. And as you could imagine that plays out, someone who's just playing the game because they found it or it was fun could then discover you as a streamer within the game and then come find your stream because of it. Really important goal for us. Ad breaks here. Good timing. That was right at the end. Ad jail. Yep, we're good. What if your customized character was a special unit you can place in battle? Oh, that could be hard to make that work, but there's thoughts that it's not like completely out of the question. We don't have current plans for it, but that's a good idea to think about. This is the kind of stuff that we want to get brains rolling on this as we're building. Y'all kind of are getting updated so you can think about what else might be possible once you know what our systems can do. Yeah, if you are here within the ads and you're safe from them, good time to point out, click the link in chat and join the Discord if you haven't already. That's, of course, best place for community updates. Get quick little pings like when we're going to have a dev stream. You're not going to be getting pinged very much at all, just for like, hey, big updates coming, dev streams here, that kind of stuff, just important updates. And there's actually a lot of people still hanging out in there and just talking and catching up every day, and I think it's really cool. It's like a nice little community hangout spot. Watching ads. Yeah, sorry, we'll have to, I didn't realize the ads were that frequent. I'm trying to think about, were they like that? They were like that last time too, though. I don't know. Anyways, I think we can adjust those and make them better for next time. So thank you, all those of you, excuse me, who are here with us right now, who are putting up with the ads, a lot more frequent ads than we'd like. Oh, Wolfstar, I just saw your message too. Miss the fun of stream raiders. Oh, okay. So you're looking forward to this. That's really good. I'm glad we're getting people in here who also have not had that experience, so we can get a good mix of opinions and perspectives on the game too. Because if we're not careful, maybe we paint it too much with the, from a stream raider's lens. But if we have a good mix of players, different backgrounds, I'm really excited about that. I think Sarah went for One Punch Man. I just realized, by the way, it's been there for a while, I think, but Sarah made One Punch Man, which I think is hilarious. I would have never even thought, but like that's a perfect example of someone who has, like, when you have creative skill and we give you a pretty deep degree of control over the characters, you get some really cool stuff. Yeah, legally distinct, obviously. Yeah, Rift Hama, something like that. But that's a lot of fun. You can imagine once we get all kinds of accessories and stuff, there'll be some really cool ways you can put it all together. Wait, sorry, hold on. I'm catching up on a message I missed earlier, just to make sure nothing super important is being dropped. Oh. I'm a little confused on that. Sorry. Anyways, welcome back from ads, everybody. Bit of a shock to the system when those hit. Okay. It's hard to, because I think we're wrapping this up now in terms of anything new that we've had. I think we've hit everything we need to talk about. We can do a small round of Q&A here. We've answered a lot of questions already in chat as it is, but if there are any other things still on people's minds, any other questions or curiosities or concerns, definitely join the Discord and leave feedback there for sure too. But here's a great time because we can answer you right away. What were you asking me for earlier, by the way? You've already got a couple of other like non-human type base skins in the works, and I wasn't sure if you wanted, like, if you're okay with mentioning any of them, just to kind of like, wet the whistle, just to get them. Oh, sorry, I have it set up in a weird way. I see now. Okay, want me to show? Ooh, okay. You see, can we strike the beard? No, it's mine. You can't. Let me see. I've got. Can I just like show this? Yeah, you know what? I think I can do it this way. Okay, let me link. Okay. No? Yeah? Like this? Oh, sorry, hold on. Okay. Bear with me, everybody. I am doing something for real. The reason why I'm just clamoring about. Yes, so we're gonna show you an example of one of the new other types of base skins that are in the works. This one was sent to us from Sarah to show. And okay, I think I can just do it like this. I'm trying not to just bork everything else I've got set up right now. Y'all are streamers too. Y'all know the struggle. Hold on. Let me do, hold on, where is it? Where is studio mode, so I don't show anything I shouldn't on accident. Okay, new image, blah, 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 blah. Create new, browse my computer. Hey, computer, stop all the downloading. There it is. Okay, I got it. Yeah, okay, cool. So I should be safe, and then... Heyo! Look at that! So, as you can see, our wolf folk in the audience. A little woof to you, a wink to you. Oh my gosh, Madam Wolfstar! I don't even know why I told you that connection. Just for example, right? Like, so the only thing I think we addressed so far that probably will have to be unique to each base skin is like the hats. So you might have to have some duplicated work and some variants there, but Sarah said that's fine. But a lot of the clothes we can reuse across these. You can tell they're still humanoid type shapes. So if you've like a good mental model might be something like Fortnite where they do some cool stuff, or when they want to make a skin where someone who's not really the right size, they'll like find some way to make that work. Like the Morty skin in Fortnite, like he'd be too small compared to everybody, right? So they have him like in a little mech suit, like stuff like that. But my point in saying all that is to say that like as long as it's generally still this kind of humanoid creature, that's basically the baseline that we want to stick to for the most part, and maybe we make an exception in the future, but for now we're going to stick to that. But beyond that, all kinds of different base skins that you can start from, and of course in the same color control, so you wouldn't have to have that fur color. You could change that however you wanted, but that's like the different kind of base skin that you could work with. Bring on the 3 kobolds in a trench coat. Yeah, exactly. Wildcard. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Wildcard. So if we wanted to have a thing that's like, it's just too small for that, like to make sense in context, find some way to have a bigger version of it. Or worst case, we would just like upsize it. You know, like it would just, it'd be just taller than it should be relative to people, but it is what it is. You know, your player characters are kind of all meant to be same height and stuff. So anyways, the what I wanted to show too was like how, just to show like, relatively simple for us to take, like we have this as a baseline skin, adding another one in, we understand is not really a whole lot of extra work at that point. So the system's good, it's there, it feels very proven, we've had a lot of fun making them, it's come together way better than I thought it was. So us being able to like add a bunch of new options alone can give all kinds of new life to it, and that's going to be a thing we can continue to do over time, right? Anytime that we have incredible work from Sarah, new art comes in, got some new stuff, boom, it's in. And that's a whole new layer of customization now for everybody, like a multiplied across all the different color combinations. I mean, it's just really, really cool. You're enjoying whoever made this. Thanks, Evie Alec. I mean, a unicorn with elf ears and a wolf's tail. Interesting. Yeah, I don't think that's even completely out of the question. The way I mentally model that is there would be a humanoid unicorn. That's how you get that. Ears might be like a hat we might be able to make work if they were, you know, big enough, right? Something like that. And then like a tail, like a back or shoulder, you know, back accessory, like a backpack slot kind of thing. A lot of you have played RPG games that have this kind of like paper doll mechanic too, right? Like you've seen things like this. So if you've got good reference material, like just in your brain of like, oh, this one game did this thing with this style of customization that was really cool and what made the game fun, please share that. We'd love to get inspiration on all kinds of stuff with that system. But once you got the door open to this, all kinds of fun stuff opens up. Apricity, you gotta do the same thing, but you gotta reply, or you gotta at the bot and then ask the question, because it'll tell you what it's on about. Okay, I'm pretty sure we don't have any questions lingering at this point. Oh, Habbo Hotel, yeah, we talked about that. That's a good one. That's a good one. Anyways. Yeah, there you go. Iron Lord, you asked for it. All right, y'all. I think that's it. I mean, I'm happy. I like that. I think questions wise, it makes sense. Like this part, I mean, it's clear enough what we can do now. That's obviously not causing any questions on its own. Obviously, the remaining questions, like when can we play it and what else is there? So that's obviously what's going to come up in future dev streams. But for today, I think we're good. So I don't know. What do y'all think? Do you think we end it here? Any final closing thoughts or anything else that we're missing? Because if not, we can send this off. Let me see if we have an idea. Oh, any idea when the next dev stream is? Good question. I'll tell you what, y'all. I think we can just do like an earnestly attempt to be about this time next month, because like I said, some of the stuff that we can still show you, like the systems are there, we could just get it ready to show. So like I think we could probably do another one within a month, you know, like end of April. So keep an eye out for that. Well, obviously, you know, we'll confirm for sure as we get closer. Definitely join the Discord if you want to know about that and get the updates. I cannot stress that enough. That is the best place to be for sure. Yeah, monthly dev stream. Yeah, exactly. We want to keep you updated. We also want to make sure there's enough to justify doing a whole dev stream over it. If it could be completely summed up in like a single post with like, you know, one image or something in a paragraph, it feels kind of bad doing a dev stream for that. But as we get more and more things solidified and the systems are in place and like it's getting close to playable, or maybe even already is and is out, the dynamic will change a little bit, because it'll turn a lot more into like content now and like things to do in the game within the systems that are now like what make the game. And that'll make things a little more, I think, interactive, because you'll have a lot more things, because Q&A can be more like just game design choices. What if we added this? What if we did that? And until then, it's going to be probably unless what we're showing new is not clear, I can't imagine too many new broad questions. So like the other benefit of the live stream is the live Q&A, and I think right now, for now, we're in a pretty good spot on that. Once a month is plenty, and sometimes that might be too much, just depending on what we were able to get done. Catching back up a little bit. You go back to Game of Thrones. Yeah, you're good, bros. No new updates. You guys have seen it all. We've got, just to sum it up, we've got full internationalization support, so we can change our source languages. It'll be community-driven translations. We'll use machine translations and things like that to start, like just to have something. But if they're off, they're messed up, they could be improved by all means. The community would love to have improvements there. We have a full system for it. We'll give to you when we're ready to start, when it's live and you're seeing those changes happen. And beyond that, we have a full real-time system. As you guys can see, we're able to emote to each other. We're able to, walk around and do things. And we certainly don't plan to have a clickable D-pad as the way you'd have to play this game, because that's a giant pain, just to be clear about that. But for the sake of demo, you can see we can move. We're in a shared space. We're in a real world. It is a real-time system that we actually have here. We have full character customizations. As you can see, a lot of other things kind of planned. This tome will let you do. So this will be kind of like your main menu to get at. So it's simple. There's like, you may have some basic settings and things like that, but one thing that we're moving towards is using this tome a lot as like all the different things you can do for your, like within like all the GUI options you would choose, which gives you like a nice, like simple experience, especially across different platforms too. Like you're not having a weird menus layered like 5 places deep and stuff like that. Need to type color purple in the chat. Oh, I see. Okay, I can do that real fast. Oh, sorry, there's not actually purple or blue violet. Was that? Try that. That's probably it. Hello. Yeah, that's purple. Cool. Yes, fill the Discord with puns if you'd like as well. Yes, join the Discord, stay updated. A lot more to come, but we're working on it. And it was a lot of fun. I'm glad I got to show this to y'all. I'm excited. I love seeing this. Thank y'all for being here. I'm trying to just double check. Is there... Do we know? You guys know what I'm asking, right? Do we know? Hello? Hello, Larry. Oh my god, dude. Not the Larry rally. Oh my god. That, you know what? I probably will have to make one of my characters be a complete cucumber. That's just gonna. I'm gonna have to have a cucumber outfit in the game for my actual personal account. I gotta. Oh look, there I am. Playing it on my phone. Oh yeah, the other thing too, and if you're catching up now, by the way, it's language support, real-time systems, and we're kind of being coy about what, but we clearly can interact together as players here in real time, full character customizations, and across devices. We might not have native apps in the App Store by the time of the playtest, but certainly we have the app playable and usable, and certainly it works on like different kinds of screens and things, and so different shapes and sizes. It's meant to be adaptive, and so you can play it across all kinds of devices. And that's basically, that's the summary. So thank you all for being here. Let's go ahead and, you know what, let's just pop in. Let's give a little raid to Highfire. Highfire was in here earlier. Highfire was giving us a lot of feedback, helped a lot during the playtest, and I kind of just threw my eyes at the first one I saw too to try to be relatively pseudo-random about it, and that's the one I'm going with. So let's go ahead and raid Highfire. I think this is it. Hello? Yes. Okay. So right now we should be able to do Highfire, and we get a little raid message from our Cat and Pop bot. Okay, good. We have a backup one from Diva, but now we're going from the Rift to the Frick because they're doing Phasmo. Yeah, we finished coding, everybody. Which is, if you're a software developer, that's great, but if you're a patient in the hospital, that's not good. So we have this. You can choose either of those two messages that you'd like. Like this. Everyone got it? Okay, copy it up. We've got, what, probably 30 seconds left until we raid. Thank you guys all for being here. We appreciate it so much. Join the Discord. Give us the feedback as it comes along. Be excited for the new stuff. Be patient with us, but work with us. We're getting there. But I think it's going to be a really, really, really cool, bright future for live gaming and with live stream integrations, because the future's looking really, really bright. It really is. Everybody, thank you very much for being here. Until next time, take care, and we will see you soon. Rating out. I'm technically still live, and